How's it going, my fellow YouTubians? If you're one of my 100 subscribers, you already know who it is. But if you're not, it's your boy the Gil coming back to you with another Veve video. I got my Mermicornos hanging in the vault with the Unicornos. Princess Bubblegum is sipping wine with Harley Quinn. The Batmobile lost his will and the Joker got away. Life is good, life is good. But in this video, this is going to be my fourth installment of the Veve app brand awareness series. I've already covered the Tokidoki brand, Capcom, and the Toy Tokyo brand. Today we're going to cover CBS. In one of the Medium articles published by Ecomi, Star Trek is highlighted from the CBS brand. So we're gonna go over a brief interview. We're gonna have a brief introduction to CBS, and then we're gonna highlight Star Trek as well, since there's a drop coming soon, as we found out today in a update video with Dan Crothers and company. So I had my boy Scotty beam us over here to Wikipedia, and CBS and Viacom have had a long relationship together. So I'm just going to go over the latest version of the CBS company. The 2019 merger of CBS Corporation and Viacom was announced on August 13th, 2019, and was completed on December 4th, 2019. The merger of equals reunited CBS Corporation and Viacom into a single company known as Viacom CBS after their separation from the first incarnation of Viacom in January 2006. Both companies were, and the merged entity continues to be, owned by theater company National Amusements. So CBS's claim to fame is basically Star Trek, but Viacom has some very interesting subsidiaries and intellectual properties. Mostly these five down here: Paramount Pictures, Animation, or whatever, Paramount period, BET, Comedy Central, MTV Films, and Nickelodeon Movies. And then there's Miramax down there, but I think Nickelodeon, Comedy Central, and Paramount are the big three from this company right here, Viacom. As I said earlier, we're going to highlight Star Trek because Star Trek is the star of the showy. I don't know what I just said. Star Trek is the star of the story. Today's episode, and I guess one of Veve's main reasons for partnering up with or getting licenses from CBS. As I forgot to say earlier in my video, but if you watch this video in 1.5 times speed or greater, you can get through some of this reading quicker, and it might make the voice a little smoother. It's your preference. You could try it out, but here we go. Star Trek is an American science fiction media franchise originating from the 1960s television series Star Trek, created by Gene Roddenberry. That series, now often known as the original series, debuted on September 8th, 1966, and aired for 3 seasons on NBC. It followed the voyages of the starship USS Enterprise, a space exploration vessel built by the United Federation of Planets. In the 23rd century, on a mission to explore the strange new worlds, to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no man has gone before. In creating Star Trek, Roddenberry was inspired by C.S. Forester's Horatio Hornblower's series of novels, Jonathan Swift's 1726 novel Gulliver's Travels, the 1956 film Forbidden Planet, and television westerns such as Wagon Train. I've never heard of any of those. I'm sure you guys haven't either. Maybe a select few of you guys have. That's the original series logo right there. Let's see here. Star Trek has been in a plethora of films, as you can see here. All of these right here. A number of television series. Can't talk today, guys. Animated series. You got theme parks. You got exhibits. Let's continue here. The Star Trek canon includes the original series, 9 spin-off television series, and the film franchise. Further adaptations also exist in several media. After the conclusion of the original series, the adventures of its characters continued in the 22-episode Star Trek The Animated Series and 6 feature films. A television revival began in the 1980s, saw 3 sequel series and a prequel, Star Trek The Next Generation. Following the crew of a new Starship Enterprise, a century after the original series, Star Trek Deep Space Nine and Star Trek Voyager, set in the same era as The Next Generation and Enterprise, set before the original series in the early days of human interstellar travel. The adventures of the Next Generation crew continued in 4 additional feature films. In 2009, the film franchise underwent a reboot, creating an alternate continuity known as Kelvin timeline. 3 films have been set in this continuity. The newest Star Trek television revival, beginning in 2017, includes the series Star Trek Discovery Picard, short treks, and Lower Decks streaming. Exclusively on digital platforms, at least 2 additional television series are in development: Star Trek Strange New Worlds and Star Trek Prodigy. Star Trek has been a cult phenomenon for decades. Fans of the franchises are called Trekkies or Trekkers. The franchise spans a wide range of spin-offs, including games, figurines, novels, toys, and comics. From 1998 to 2008, there was a Star Trek-themed attraction in Las Vegas. At least 2 museum exhibits of props travel the world. The constructed language Klingon was created for the franchise. Several parodies have been made of Star Trek. In addition, viewers have produced several fan productions. As of December 1998, the franchise had generated $7.8 billion in revenue, making Star Trek one of the highest-grossing media franchises of all time. Star Trek is noted for its cultural influence beyond works of science fiction. The franchise is also noted for its progressive civil rights stances. The original series included one of the television's first multiracial casts. So Star Trek is pretty huge. I never really watched it myself, but I do enjoy the latest movies, the 3 movies that came out with the new guys. This is the cast from the original Star Trek right here. This is Star Trek Next Generation. A lot of these faces are familiar, but I never watched the show myself. That's how popular it is. Like, I can recognize these people, kind of. Here's more cast from a different series or season. Here's Star Trek Enterprise. I think all of us have been affected by Star Wars or Star Trek in some way or another. When I was doing my research, I found this guy right here. I think this is Captain Picard. I didn't know where this meme. I knew where this meme came from, but I didn't put 2 and 2 together. Like, I use some of these memes myself, and I'm sure you guys have seen these on Facebook or Twitter or wherever you guys dwell on the internet. So yeah, this is where that's from, Star Trek. If you didn't know, now you know. So now I want to touch on the Nickelodeon partnership just for a brief moment. So CBS Viacom, I believe, is one company now. So if Veve and Ecomi has intellectual properties from CBS, then I have to assume, or I'm going to speculate, that they have it from Nickelodeon too. So you see SpongeBob here, you see the Rugrats, you see Hey Arnold, one of my personal favorites. Who else is there? Cat Dog, you see Ren and Stimpy, you see Doug. No, you don't see Doug, but yeah, you see all these characters. So you know the possibilities are endless with Nickelodeon. SpongeBob is like one of the biggest names now. You got Patrick Star, Sandy Squirrel. There's a plethora of characters that we can have on as NFTs, and they would just sell out the market. They would break the internet if and when they drop SpongeBob. I'm sure most of you guys know who these 4 characters are, but if you don't, they're from the South Park series or whatever, and that's owned by Comedy Central, I believe. And Comedy Central is a subsidiary of Viacom, so it's possible to have the South Park series one day, maybe. They're a little raunchy, so I don't know if Veve would have them anytime soon. They might Wait a while to have South Park on there. So TV Land is another subsidiary of Viacom, and when I think of TV Land, I think of the old school shows. So like maybe Veve wants to get old school with it one day and have Gilligan's Island. I could see an NFT of Gilligan and the crew. The millionaire and his wife, and the movie star, the professor and Marianne, and all the cast of them. I could see I Love Lucy, Ricky and Lucy, iconic couple. So TV Land is a possibility in the works. And last but not least, you got Paramount. You got whatchamacallit? You got a movie giant right here in Paramount. I'm just gonna list off some big movie titles produced by Paramount. Titanic, Ferris Bueller, Forrest Gump, Coming to America, Godfather, Tomb Raider, G.I. Joe, and Terminator. The Terminator. Mr. Arnold himself. That Terminator. So yeah, the CBS partnership or licensing partnership can be a huge one if they have more than Star Trek. But Star Trek alone is enough to make us go wow. Or it should make us go wow. If you made it to the end of the video, I want to thank you guys for bearing with me during my shaky readings sometimes. Making these videos have kind of helped with that. Like, I'm not a bad reader, but sometimes you just get a little, dyslexic at times or something like that. No offense to anybody out there. I'm just saying, like, you kind of mix up words. But to end the video, I want to just end with a tweet I made. XRP to the SEC right now. Who do you think you are? I am. XRP is doing big things. I've been an XRP fan for a while, or I've been an XRP investor for a while, and we as XRP holders have held through a lot of BS, especially the last few months with the SEC, and it's finally taken off. So I just wanted to, represent for the homie one time, since this is going to be a moment in history, I think, that won't be forgotten. So that is that. So once again, thanks for watching the video. Thanks for supporting me. Thanks for tuning in. I'm not a financial advisor, guys. Just a guy with a lot of opinions. And I can't wait until the DeLorean drop. And as well, oh my God. Sorry, guys. I almost forgot. Hold up. I got to start taking notes or something so I can be more organized. But I almost forgot to show you guys. If you haven't seen already, I'm sure most of you already have. But the Star Trek, the USS Enterprise on David Yoon's Instagram. If you're not following David Yoons and you have an Instagram, you probably should. He posts cool things randomly. But look how cool that is in the stadium. Can you imagine flexing on your friends by doing that when things open up again and we can go back and watch sports or whatever? Like, that's pretty cool. Anywhere you go, you can have the USS Enterprise hovering over your head, flexing, and maybe you can have a DeLorean right underneath it. So I'll just end on that. Thanks for watching the video, guys, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.